Hi everybody, I just want to put up this very quickly. Honestly, I'm not really I don't care how many people watch live. If you are there and pick up on, it's fine. If not, you know. It just, I have problem putting up videos, so that's why I'm going live. And this one is not really a tarot, but a very short note, and I'm just going back home. So when I get back home, I will do a tarot on each sign, and I think it will be love reading because I didn't do it for a long time. So it will be a long reading, like 2 hours or something like that, or 1 hour, 1.5 hours. And well, at the end, when the live reading will be finished, I will timestamp it, okay? So you can find your sign easier. But it's obvious that in a live reading I can't do that, okay? So just later on when it's registered and put up properly, okay? I just was thinking that all this gang stalking, all this shit is going on, guys. Not just tarot readers. Excuse me for coughing. Just drank something really cold. So need to understand, when you become a divine feminine, divine masculine, that's mean you are awakened and you find your true authenticity. Because when you heal yourself and you love yourself, you find your true authenticity. And when you find your true authenticity, your energy will be magnetic. I mean, your energy will be extraordinary. I mean, you will go in a room, people will notice you. Doesn't matter if you are thin or fat or whatever body you have, your energy will be noticeable, okay? And I was thinking that's why these karmic people, they're doing all these kind of shits with your, trying to steal your essence, your energy, your gifts, everything, because they believe that they can't create what you have. Do you understand? And they are jealous and they want to have it. Like my last boyfriend with his fake brother, that was obvious what he wanted to do, you know. But I was idiot not to see it. Well, everybody make mistakes. I learned from it, so I won't let anyone close to me anymore like that. So especially not people from my past, so they can forget it, okay? But what I can see, that after you awaken, you become a divine feminine, divine masculine, the most important thing you need to understand is how to protect your energy. Because even if you protect it, I'm telling you, there will be some smart ass bitches who will fuck you up with your energy. So they will siphon you, they will take it and profit from you, and they don't have a right to do that. You need to understand this, that these people has no right to take what is yours. You worked for it. It's your privilege. Not privilege. Fuck you. You worked for it. You've suffered for it. It's yours. Don't let people to steal your energy, steal your happiness, steal your children, steal your house, your money. Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen, because I'm telling you, you won't be more saint. You won't be more divine if it's happened, actually. You just ruin your own fucking life. You have to protect what is yours. And if it's taken, you have to go and take it back. Because they have no right to take it. And certainly they don't have right to keep it. So, especially when you are in divine feminine, Empress energy, even if you don't have money, even if you have a simple job, in a community site, once I put up a film, a video, actually, it was in cinema, and well, it's not, it's a fiction, okay, but it was like there was a cleaner on Earth who was cleaning toilets, and in reality, he was the ruler of all galaxy. Okay, Earth included. So she was extremely rich. She was extremely, but she didn't know it. Okay, because it was like hiding her on a safe place on Earth. And this is when you are Empress, you have the Empress energy, even if you don't have money. Even if you have a simple job, you are a nanny, you are a cleaner, you are whatever, you will have this Empress energy, and you won't know why people are pick on you. They're jealous of you. This is a typical case when some people are lawyers, doctors, all kind of shits, and you are a simple person with a simple qualification, and they fucking jealous of you. You know, they have probably 10 times more money, 10 times bigger house, but they are fucking jealous of you, and you don't understand why. It's because your energy is pissing them off because they don't have it. Do you understand? Your energy is abundant, your energy is divine, and they want to have it. And because they have money, they were spoiled all their life, they had an easy life, because they are spoiled from childhood. Daddy, mommy bought them everything straight away. They think they will sneeze once and they can have everything what is yours, your energy, your essence, your soul, your destiny, all. And these are the spiritually narcissistic people, and there are lots of women like that actually. And it doesn't matter, they are thinner than you, you are fat, you know, they had hundreds of plastic surgery, they still want your essence, they still want your energy, they still want to have your gifts, they still want to have your destiny. And you just don't understand what the fuck these people want from you. You know, other people can have a normal life. You can't, because everybody wants to know what's going on in your life. And it's not their business. Not their fucking business at all. And you don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. Well, honey, what is wrong is that your energy is divine and your energy is obsessive. And people obsessing about you, you know? That's simple what's going on. Nothing else. Just that. And that's why it's really important that we protect our inner energy, because we work for it hard. We deserve to have our energy for ourselves, unless Spirit tell you you need to give it to someone who is in need, okay? And not everybody who is in need you have to give it to, because, you know, it's like you can't heal a person who doesn't want to heal. So there's no point wasting your energy on that person, because nothing will happen. Do you understand? So for me, one big lesson was in a relationship to learn that actually it's normal to receive love. Actually, it's normal to receive energy from the other person. And I kick the fucking ass of every man where I can't see that. Because a man buy you something, it's not the same thing when they give you back the same spiritual, emotional energy, even physical energy that you give them. Excuse me. And so when you were energy siphoned by a shit person like that, because this person I just don't want to have respect for. And I think you can't respect a man like that, you know, because these are the animal. They are not human. A normal human would have human emotions for you. But when somebody's pervert, narcissistic shit and siphoning you like that, until you are still a young empath and you think your love can change everybody, no, it's not true. You can't change everybody, because not everybody is ready for it, and those who are not ready will destroy your life. And that's why you have to be careful and set up boundaries, set up even spiritual routines every day. When you are on a platform, for example on YouTube, every day you have to fight these energy vampires, because there are energy siphoners that do it ritually. I mean, I'm talking about here spiritual workers. And you need to understand that I do not want to talk against black people. Do not understand, because when you are, this is a really sensitive issue, but I'm talking about this because I have a fucking whole black religious community against me, okay? And the whole fucking religious community wants to live on my energy, okay? That won't happen. If they try it, they will die. I give a fucking shit about them. This is not the way how you can do it, okay? So it's no, 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 and no, and no. They have no right to my energy and anything that is mine. I was really, really shocked. So I don't want you white people out there to imagine all black people like this, okay? Because it's not true. I have lots of black friends who are very, very well educated. They are extremely nice. Actually, I know a couple. The woman is white and the guy is black, and it's a wonderful couple. They have 2 children and a boy and a girl. And the guy is coming from a family really occult background, and well, they are Christian, but they really believe in God, that they are really spiritual in spite of that they are Christian, you know, but on a Christian path. And you look at the guy and you can see not just in a woman's eyes but in a guy's eyes that there is a divine light. You know, they have their own energy, and it's divine and it's beautiful for both of them. So please, please, please don't do that you will judge people, okay? But what is shocked me, that you need to understand that some African people come to Europe or America because they want to have a better life, and I absolutely understand that, because some African culture the mentality is really stuck on a level they can't see anything else. The way of thinking, the way of seeing the world is so negative that they want to break out of it, because if you don't break out of it, you stay on a poverty level, okay? So I'm talking about this because I remember Hungary was during the communism in the same mentality level. So it has really nothing to do with the skin color, okay? Please don't write me that I'm racist or things like that. I need to talk about this because I found 2 YouTube channel. I won't put it up, huh? They are French. And both of them are African mage who lives here in France, okay? And they teaching. And I was really shocked that this is YouTube actually promote these people to have channel, because one of the mage was talking about that people in Western country are rich. The white people are rich because the white witches and warlocks do blood sacrifice, and us in Africa, we don't do enough, and that's why Africa is so poor. That is a really primitive mentality, and this is a mage that, well, I think it's around 30,000 viewers, not viewers, subscribers has, and you can imagine 30,000 probably black people is educated that you need to do blood sacrifice to be rich, and the YouTube does nothing. So this guy has a flourishing website, huh? And you need to understand that a real mage, I'm not afraid of African mage or African witch doctors or witchcraft, because I know really well. And you try to attack me, fuck you, you will die. That's for sure, because it will backfire on you. I have my ways to protect myself, you know. And I have to speak up about this, because the problem is that it's exactly like when Hitler did in Germany against the Jewish people, you know, that they had to find a person who is the reason why they're not doing well during this economical crisis, okay? So that was because the Jewish are taking our jobs, that Jewish people are taking blah, blah, blah. And you know really well how the Second World War finished, okay? How many Jewish people they killed, and it was like a blood sacrifice almost. So you can imagine almost 30,000 watching the channel of this fucking mage, shit mage, who's teaching people that you can become rich if you do blood sacrifice. I mean, and you can imagine that is going on. Well, he didn't go exactly deeply in this, because if he does, well, there will be serious problem. But he had some basic teaching about soul swapping and energy harvesting and things like that. I'm telling you, if you are shaman and you are on a live site, you are shaman and you're teaching healings, please, I'm not okay with that shamans going online and teaching everybody, because some principles can be used in energy harvesting. You do teach people behind the monitor that you don't fucking know what they will do with the knowledge you give away. And you are a light worker, you want to teach people to heal others, and these fucking bitches will use it to energy siphon divine beings. The same technique, you understand? So you need to understand, even if you are a divine being, a white witch or a divine witch or a divine warlock or a divine mage or a divine shaman or a divine spiritual worker, you have to be careful what do you teach to people. Patreon, I stopped it because at first it's hacked. I don't know, it's totally hacked. And second, I just don't know anymore what to teach on it, because when I understood what's going on, these dark spiritual workers didn't know for hundreds and hundreds of years how to do this kind of job, you know? And now that the knowledge is out there everywhere, shamans, energy workers are teaching other people without really checking out this is a dark person or not. I mean, spiritually, I'm not talking about skin color here, because don't worry, white people do that also, the energy harvesting, not just black. And they use the knowledge that is out there for dark shit. Do you understand? And it's really, really pissed me off that I have a channel where I teach people. I'm not jealous, okay? Because I don't care how many people watch me. Until somebody watch me, I will speak. But what is bothering me when more than 30,000 subscribers hear that in Western countries they are rich, the white people are rich because the white witches and warlocks use blood sacrifice, okay? And I'm teaching that, and it's in France. It's real. It's this guy is a black mage. Well, he's African origin, but he lives here in France. And can you imagine he's teaching people that it's fine to doing blood sacrifice because that will make you rich. And that is really disgusting. I know mage. I know many mage actually, and even the darkest one. I mean, he's not dark, he's rather, he says he's dark, but he's not. I know him. He is neutral. But he's working on himself to have his own energy. He would never, ever sacrifice animals or humans, okay? So when you are mage, you know the philosopher's stones, huh? That means you can transform anything into whatever you want, okay? You don't need blood sacrifice. So already that these African mage was talking about is a shit, okay? So if you are a real mage, you can be, it's you is the philosopher's stone. And that's people do not understand, because you can have whatever ingredients what you want, but until this energy is not the right energy, they won't transform into anything, okay? That needs to be the right energy. And the philosopher's stone is the mage himself, the energy what they represent, okay? So if you are if you are real mage, you don't need blood sacrifice. So you could get energy, so you could have you could transform your destiny. Honey, that is ridiculous. So when I was young, I studied African politics in many countries. In England, actually, I studied it. I had lots of books about it, and I was obsessed with Africa. I was obsessed with the culture. I was obsessed with the religion, culture. Well, I didn't learn a language. I learned a few words, but nothing special. But I was obsessed with Africa, the culture, the politics, what's going on, and really the mentality. And now I start realizing you know, in Africa there's so much possibility. You could transform Africa, a really rich continent. I mean, you could very easily. Very easily. The only thing that people need to change is their mentality, their perception, how they see everything. Because when you start seeing that all white people has easy life, no honey, no, not every white people. There are many white people who had as hard life than you had in Africa. And you can say whatever you want. I don't care. Believe me, many white people suffered enough like you did. So that you come here and you start doing all kind of witchcraft to steal people's destiny and soul swap. No, you should come here to add to the French society, to add to the French economics, and build in and show people who you are really, your authenticity, your wonderful gifts, your own wonderful gifts, because every human has wonderful gifts. They need to find it. And if you don't like destiny, your destiny, well, become a mage, become an alchemist, and change your destiny, but don't steal other people's destiny. And when you have such a rich religion, when you have so wonderful ancestors and a history that you can be proud of, and you come in Western country with this mentality that with blood sacrifice you will be rich, honey? Now, are you kidding with me? I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. Don't misunderstand. Like these friends of mine, this couple, for example, and the guy is really, oh my God, that guy start talking the wisdom. I say it's wisdom of God. So that guy start speaking, you just cannot listen, okay? That is a divine guy, divine masculine. His wife is a divine feminine, but she's really good with children. She's an assistant maternal, and she's extraordinary with children. And it's like she can have even 15 kids. They like so nice and tamed. It's like she has a gift for that, you know. So I wonder. I just really have admiration for both of them. So do not misunderstand me. Don't send me racist message, please. But this black guy and this couple is wonderful. So not everybody like that, what I'm talking. But what I can see that more and more I have a problem with African witches and warlocks and root workers and voodoo witches. And before all the voodoo witches I know, they were normal. I mean, I learned from them. They were really healing people. They had normal mentality. You know, there's energy swap shit, kind of energy harvesting, but here white people do it also in France, so not just black one. But this is when I saw these two African mage who lives in France talking about shit like that, I say this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, because you can't be idiot like that, huh? That is not fucking knowledge. Okay? Because if you are a spiritual worker, even if you know your religion, excuse me, you can generate your own energy. You can change your own destiny. You can have your own, you can develop the manifestation. What African people need to do is, there is lots of generational curses on many African families. That's what I can see. Extremely heavy. And it's not your fault. It's lots of things that happened in a history that generated hate. And a hate generated generational curses. Also, sometimes the religion went wrong and they had like dark spiritual workers, and the occultism, that dark side of the occultism generated also generational curses. And most of the generational curses come with poverty. So that's mean, doesn't matter how hard you work, you just can't advance financially to have a big breakthrough, to go through a certain financial level. And if that's the case, you recognize yourself. One of my friends, she she was such a good woman, such a good divine feminine black woman, but I don't know why a man didn't respect her. So she has left with 3 kids, okay? And she had 3 jobs. She worked really hard and she just couldn't break through. She just couldn't break through financially. And I know because in my family, I had also generational curses on the finances that I had to break through. And I talked to her, we chat about spiritualism, and also curses, generational curses, and I could see that, and I told her that, listen, that is one of the signs when you work hard, really hard, and you can't see the fruit of it, there is 60-70% chance that you have generational curse, or it can be someone put curse on your finances. So you need to do rituals, of course, but I'm telling you, the ritual alone does not work if it's general curses. So if there is a very, very good spiritual worker, they will know you can't do really rituals over general curses. Only when you changed your mentality, when you healed your soul, you did your shadow work, because genetically all these traumas that are not healed, they are coded in the gene from your ancestors. You understand? So you have to break it, you have to change it, and it's work, it's hard work, but once you do it with you, that generational curse will stop, and that will be the best gifts you can give to your children. You understand? Because your children won't have that. That's when you will start having a breakthrough in your finances, and your children will have a really good life because they won't have this blockage anymore in their life. Do you understand? So don't come with me, come with this fucking blood sacrifice shit. And top of that, this is crime. Do you understand? I don't care how much you think it's work, you will be fucked up, I promise you. Even if you make money with it for many years, you will never be happy. And I'm sorry, when you are a man or even a woman and you just go after other women or men to energy harvest them, you will never find true love. You will never find divine love. And what are you running after? Divine energy. How funny is that? You have to shift your perception. You have to change your mentality. Do you understand? You work so fucking hard on blood sacrifices, chasing divine feminine, divine masculine to get her essence and kidnap her, whatever. Well, fuck you, with that energy you could change your whole fucking life. Break generational curses. And can you imagine if you teach that in Africa? Because I guarantee you 70-80% of the population in this negative perception, negative mentality. I don't blame them. I don't blame them, because I'm sorry, all the shit. When I learned the politics, my God, okay, that is, it's tough. It's tough thing to live that. It has its magic because Africa is beautiful. But there is this heaviness. There is this heaviness of generational curses even in the air. And it's really hard to break through the poverty. It's really, really hard. But once you do it, and once you start teaching people around you, you can change the entire nation. You can change an entire country. But honey, when you say that white people are rich because white witches and white warlocks do blood sacrifice and it's on YouTube, huh? And honestly, I was really fucking shocked. I was really fucking shocked. But so that's why I get really pissed off, and you know, somewhere you can't blame these people, because they need money. They need money. It's hard for them. And then white women and white men say, "Oh, I pay you 2,000 euros if you kill my boss. You do some death spell." Wow, what it takes? I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours, and you earn 1 or 2,000 euros. Wow, easy money. You understand? So especially when you have kids that you have to feed and you have to pay bills, and so I'm not judging you. You're accepting and you're doing it. Really, the problem is that these people's mentality who ask for this kind of spiritual work. But you have a knowledge to do a death spell. You should have a knowledge about source. You should have a knowledge about Akashic records, how you can work with it. You can achieve healing. You can achieve abundance with Akashic records. You should have the knowledge about curses, generational curses, and work on yourself. And I know it's not easy, okay? So I don't want to judge people here, but you need to understand, when you do death spells on people, even if you cloak yourself, even if you protect yourself, it will have general curses in your life and the life of your children. You just will bring it in, honey. You can't, I'm sorry, there is a stress in Akashic records. I don't care how you cloak yourself. You can't hide it. You can't hide it. Do you understand? And when you send out a negative energy like that, that energy will come back into your life. For God's sake, you learn about Hermetic philosophy. You learn about even the Orishas. Well, there is a certain Orishas who are responsible for a knowledge and as Akashic records. I'm sure that you need to understand what's going on energetically. Do you understand? And still you're doing it, because that fucking 2,000 euro is worth it. And when you get it, it will disappear in 1 or 2 months. I had a really good friend who achieved to be a milliardaire from zero. I mean, from 000. He was in debt when he started. And he told me that even if you win the lotto, even if you will have lots of money, you will lose it in a few years. You won't be able to keep it in your hand. It will be like water, and you put the water in your hand, it will go through until you change your mentality. Because when you have a change mentality, it will act like a glass. You can put the water in it and it will stay. That is rich. Well, they say it's a rich people's mentality, okay? But I don't say that, because some rich people inherited their riches. They know nothing about how to make money. But some people who I really respect, who did really hard work from the beginning. I mean, they didn't kill people or like with criminal way. Not criminal way. They earned their money, but with hard work. Those I respect, and I want to learn from them. And you want to be rich, find people who learned to be rich and created an empire from something, and learn from them. Learn from them. Don't learn from Marsh, who say to you that white people are rich because white warlocks and witches does blood sacrifice, because that is a fucking bullshit. And honestly, I don't understand how can YouTube let people to teach that more than 30,000 people. Do you understand? Because that is really bad. Can you imagine all these 30,000 people goes out from this teaching that when you do blood sacrifice, they will looking for people who sacrifice. You know? And for God's sake, that is crime. Unbelievable. So that is, I can't say anything else, but that is fucking stupidity of humanity. because I can't call it any other way. That is the total disrespect and humiliation of the human being, and not the person you will sacrifice, but yourself. Because that's mean negative entities, dark entities humiliating you. I'm telling you, those dark entities, you sacrifice humans, they will laugh on you because they hate humans. They don't love you. They manipulate you with money, sex, and power, and they laugh on you. Because they just humiliating humans like that, you know. But probably most of you who's doing this does not understand what I'm talking about. But I hope who understand what I'm talking about, who just start thinking about that maybe there's other way, I will be happy already. Because this is not the way, guys out there. This is not the way. I'm telling you, it's not the way. How is that? Well, more and more, excuse me guys, that more and more known, and even scientists does research on it, that ether has energy in it. So when you are a spiritual worker, why don't you put a work in it to find a way to extract energy and abundance and manifestation from that? Because probably if you spend 2 months or 1 month just studying it and trying to find your own way to make money with it, you will. Why? You want to sacrifice a human, you will spend 5-6 months, even a year, chasing them, and after you will go to prison, fuck you, because that is a crime, huh? And after some idiot rich people from idiot secret society will step in, and there are rumors about clones and all kind of shit. But I think the most common is when they have these copycats, you know, when they have plastic surgery and they replace people and things like that. And I was really shocked actually when I do watch other tarot reader. And I remember, for example, there is one particular Divine Feminine, and she had such a good tarot reading channel. And I look at her and I don't recognize her. I mean, it's like, it's not her. I'm sure it's not her. That's for sure. That is a copycat, and something happened with this woman, and somebody stole her identity, and someone else who's doing the channel. And it's the same channel, huh? I just don't recognize. It's not the same energy, not the same. It look like, the face look like, but when you look into the eyes, there is no soul in it. You know, but it's not the same soul. Boom. So you are Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. You need to learn to protect yourself because you have no idea what is around. But especially when you come on YouTube tarot reading, I'm telling you, these people spend days and days watching tarot readers, who is divine, you do a reading, and if you don't do protection on your video, sometimes you can even feel these people siphoning you. And they think they are fucking intelligent, and for me, this is a humiliating thing for a person. Not for me, huh? Oh no, honey, for you. Because that shows your grade that is very, very low in the spiritual realms. That you have to siphon energy from others. Are you kidding? That's mean you have no grades. So, and this is, the mentality has to change. The mentality has to change, and divine people has to learn not to be like idiot and give away your energy so easily. Don't give away at all, and if they take it, go and get it back. Because I'm telling you, when you will behave like that, these bitches will think twice, huh? Coming against you. Alright, they will team up probably, but it doesn't matter, because your spiritual protection will grow and you will level up on these people. The more I say, the more they curse me, the more blessed I am. And that is a mentality that as a divine being you need to develop. So first of all, you should be never ever afraid of these people or what they do, okay? Because when you are afraid, but since I'm a child, I don't remember being afraid, honestly. I was never ever afraid of anything. And I was in situations sometimes, yeah, oh, yeah. Okay. But you have to be have this attitude being fearless. Because when you are afraid of something, you give power. And when you give power to something, it will affect your life. Do you understand? And you manifest it. You manifest the only thing manifests very fast when you are afraid of something. That will manifest really, really fast. So you need to be really careful. What are you afraid of? You can actually hit back most esoteric manipulation. You are awakened, your third eye is activated. You will see when somebody does, you will feel it when somebody does esoteric manipulation on you. The first reaction that you should have is not being afraid. You should be like a Roman soldier that, oh, let's go, let's fight, baby. And do it. Because I'm telling you, that's the only way to survive. You fight it, you transmute this energy if you can. If you can't, you send it back. If you can't send it back, call upon your spiritual team, or you do all the three together, or well, it depends what level spirit will permit you to do. Some of you are becoming alchemist or really high level spiritual worker. You can do many things to actually stop this. People attacking you, and you have to respect the spiritual ethic. I mean, you don't want to accumulate bad karma on your karmic account. So account, pardon. So you need to make sure that you are respectful in your spiritual work, and if you make mistake, you just fix it, okay? But I was talking about this because you need to know this is really exist, and it's not just black people who's doing that. White people learning from black people, and also in cultures, Nordic cultures, like Nordic witchcraft is really advanced. They have a different way of using spiritual energy. Then the African one, I studied a lot occultism, different, the Hindu, the African, the Nordic, shamanic, also, well, very interesting, the Incas, and also in Russia there is an era that is really interesting also, and ancient, like Egyptian or things like that. It's really interesting to see how they use the energy, and I'm interested in it, okay? But what I wanted to say that you need to understand that this exists. So please don't be racist, because not every black people are witches, warlocks, or whatever. But you need to understand that people like that exist, and they exist white one also, okay? So you won't even notice that your your boss is a necromancer, okay? Me at the beginning, actually, they were 4 men. I was not awakened yet, and these 4 men were practically siphoning my energy off, and none of them was black. They were all white, okay? So and they were all learned it from a fucking warlock. So you need to understand this is exist, and please do not be racist. Please do not be racist, because as I told you, it's not just African people who has these occult background, and you should not mix it up with the religion, okay? Okay, because it's 2 different things, and it does not mean I'm all of them like that. Like you are so saying, oh, it's a Swedish woman, so beautiful, so lovely, blonde, sweet, beautiful Swedish woman, and she will curse the hell out of you. She might even sacrifice you with a necromancer background on it, you know? So the skin color does not mean anything, okay? But recently I had lots of dealings with African people who has a very strong spiritual background, And also, when I was around 20 years old, I was obsessed with Africa, religion, Africa, politics, everything. Of course, I'm 50 now, so evident that the politics, everything changed. And after a while, I give up because I wanted to be a journalist in every price and go and report in every war and things in Africa. I was like crazy shit. I grew up a bit from that, so I put it on the side. But I mean, I have a tiny bit of knowledge, not too much, but because it's a huge, it's really the people who live there knows everything. But probably I have a tiny bit more than average white people has, and there is someone I love Africa because it has his magic and it's beautiful, okay? But like every country, every continent has good things in it and bad things. Africa also, like there are bad things also in Europe, good things also. You have to measure up which one you can take so you can live that. But recently I had lots of experience with spiritual people from Africa, okay? And yeah, the first mistake they make that they think I'm a white little bitch, so they can do whatever they want with me, and after they get fucked up. But it doesn't matter because they learn also. But I have respect for them, so I'm not saying, because please do not misunderstand, because I learned a lot from there's a South African spiritual worker who I love. She taught me, there's another one in New Orleans also, that I learned a lot, and lots of wisdom, you know, and they have African origin also, and they have so much wisdom, and they really divine wisdom. Do you understand? So I don't know if you know Botanica. There is I think the director or owner. I don't know this woman. She is so wise. My God, she has so much wisdom, and I learned from that also. And so I'm telling you, don't imagine that all African people are like that. So I don't want you to be racist now, but I want you to know that things like that exist, okay? But not everybody's like that. So be aware of that. But what I learned as a divine feminine masculine after my awakening and activation, that there's energy. You are empaths. You want to love people. You want to help people. You want to give to people, and these people take everything. I leave you in a shit. It's not just that leave you in a shit. My worst cases, they depose their bad karma on you. In worst case, they do some transfer, you know. And while you need to understand the spiritually dark people, I mean, who does dark spiritual work, sometimes they get fucked up with dark entities they can't get rid of, okay, because they don't know how to do it. So what they do, they get an empath or a divine feminine, divine masculine, pull them down to be low vibrational and pass it through, because they say, oh, these people are divine, so they can take it, okay? So and after you will spend 10 years or 15 years from your life that is fucked up, because a bitch like that comfortably put his or her burden on you. The problem is that when you have not one, but 10, 15, or in my case I had 300 people who wanted to put their fucking shit on me. Excuse me, what the fuck do you think who you are? You know? So when you have more and more people, what the fuck they think they can permit to do that? It's your shit. You fucked yourself up. Carry it, bitch. Go through your dark night of the soul. I've been through mine. Don't let that happen, guys out there. Wake up and don't let that happen. Oh, la 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 la. Somebody does not like what I'm talking about. That's for sure. But I give a fucking shit. Anyway, so I'm talking to black people also there, that please heal yourself. Heal yourself. With that wonderful culture you have, because it's wonderful. Honestly, I love African music. I love African music, honestly. I love listening it. It's sometimes so soulful and extraordinary. Oh my God. And the culture, the food, I love African food. You have a wonderful culture there. You understand? So why do you fuck yourself up like that? Tell me. There is so much treasure in your culture, in your country, in this continent. And people can't see it because they are blocked with this poor mentality that they have. And another time I saw a black African woman was telling that us white people stole everything from Africa, even if it would be true. But honey, look at your politics. Excuse me, I studied African politics for 2 years, and just watch who's selling those precious stones, all your things that you have in Africa, who's selling it out to white people by black people. So when you have corrupted government, when you have corrupted people in your country and your politics who are fucking rich and they give a shit about their own blood, their suffering, you need to see the whole truth, huh? I'm not saying the whites are so good, huh? No, honey, I didn't say that. And I know they fucked up Africa a lot. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying they didn't do it. But you need to look at the whole picture, okay? Because all those people who stealing from their own people, those black people, black politicians, who are stealing from their own people, selling their own land out, and you blaming it on white people, that is not fair, okay? I think people are gonna hate me for this, but the truth has to be out. Somebody has to make you think a bit, because not everything is like as you think. You need to educate people about that. They have to open their mind and examine a situation from many different angles to understand what's going on. You want to be rich? Find the rich person who worked hard to get rich and learn how did he do it. And break generational curses, because most generational curses cause poverty. And when you have that, you can do as much as blood sacrifice you want, honey. You will be never rich, because even if you will have that money in your hand, in a few months, it will disappear. It will disappear. You don't believe me? You will see I'm right. You will see I'm right. And you don't need to be black for that, because that can happen to white people also. Do you understand? Well, actually, I didn't want to talk about this. I wanted to talk about that we need to be careful with our energy. But you are black or white or whatever skin color you have, when you become divine, when your third eye opens and you work on yourself, you will become authentic. You will have a special energy that will attract people, and people will be jealous of it, and people will say they need that and they want to take it away from you. Those who are karmic, okay, there will be people who need healings, who need your gifts, and they're ready to receive it. Those souls will show you, those people, that you have to go out and give it to them. That is another thing. When you control your energy and you give some of your energy away to those people who need it, and you know, it's like when you plant tomato and you make sure the soil is good, you water it, so the tomato, when it grows up, will bring fruits. You won't be an idiot to go and plant it on a beton. So when you hook up with a narcissistic, or you hook up an occult person who is an energy harvester, that I did with my last boyfriend, so I was an idiot, so I'm talking about myself also, it's like you put all that work and you plant that plant on a beton where it will die, it won't bring any fruits, and certainly you won't profit from it, okay? When you plant fruit in people and they can see they're growing, it will give you spiritually a gratification. You will be happy, and that is energizing. That gives you back energy. When you can see that other people are growing, you don't take that energy back, you don't take it from them. It will generate inside you energy, because you will be happy. You're happy for that. It was worth it. It won't be like that. You come out of a relationship, you lost everything because the energy harvester stole your house, the energy harvester stole your identity, and practically took all your manifestation. Or you will come out with hate, and after you have to put down to source the hate, heal yourself, come out of it, and forgive, so you could move on with your life and you could regenerate divine energy. And that is fucking lots of work. What you did, you planted your seed, your energy on a bottom. This we need to learn. We need to learn. Every empath needs to learn. Every divine feminine, every divine masculine needs to learn. Myself learning it also. So even that, I had already many lessons, and still something I didn't learn and fall for it. Now, I really passed the test, huh? Somebody wants to come in, I fucking beat your fucking ass out of my life, huh? If you're an energy harvester. No way you will fuck with me, bitch. Anyway, you need to protect what is yours, and your energy is the most precious, because you manifest from it. That's what you give your husband, that's what you give to your children. And your husband normally should be a divine masculine who give it back to you. Your children might won't be able, because they are still little, they can't, they don't know what is it. But if you give away your energy, at least you put it on in your own children, or those people you know they need it, and they will bring fruits. Do you understand? Well, this is my blah blah blah. I hope it was helpful for somebody, and I hope that all the black people who I love from the bottom of my heart, because you are all beautiful, and you know, who knows me on this channel knows that since my childhood my mom went nuts. I was always wanted to be black. I even put some color on my skin. I wanted to be black because I found it so beautiful when the skin is black. And I really am not a person who's racist. I love you all. You understand, guys out there? So please don't take it like that. But and don't hate me, okay? I hope somebody really understand what I want to pass through here, the message, and that can help somebody at least just try to see things from a different angle. And you know, it was really interesting. I saw there's a black guy put up a video that there was a white woman taken as slave in Arabic countries a few hundred years ago. And after I wrote a message that wow, it was like well, I have Hungarian origin, and for a very long time, well, not very long time, but it was really tough. Hungary was a part of the Ottoman Empire, and also some part of Poland, and many countries around us. And you know, there were lots of slave takers, lots of white women, and lots of boys were taken as slave, and girls also. And they were sold in an Ottoman Empire. And a woman were sex slaves, or the slaves, you know, who that did work in rich families. And the boys they cut off their genital parts because they were sold in harems to guard the harems. And the sultan, or the rich noble people, wanted to make sure they won't have sex with the woman in a harem. But I think you know that, you must have learned it in school. But what people do not realize, there are lots of European women and children were taken as slaves, and men also. These children become men later on in the Ottoman Empire. I'm not saying, because the slavery that black people went through, it's the most horrible things that could happen. And All my respect. Honestly, that was the most horrible things in history that could have happened. What they did in, especially in America, but they did also in European countries. But you need to understand slavery existed in other countries also, and white people were taken also as slaves. And we don't really talk about this in school, you know, people are not really conscient. But I'm telling you, just because somebody is white, it does not mean that in their history it does not have pain like that. Hungarian people suffered a lot because of that. And that is in it's a national generational curse. Do you understand? Because they have this pain. It's like when you see Jewish people, because what's happened, well, they have a generational curses also because of the pain what they've been through. It's really important you understand that you can be even on that level under a certain curse because you didn't work on your national trauma. And I'm talking about Hungarians also because in Hungarian history and the politics, it's there and it exists. And I'm telling you, you might think I'm crazy, but when I studied African politics, the spiritual background of these national curses, I mean, you have a national trauma, you have like slavery, okay, or because you were under the suppression of other empires or whatever. We Hungarians suffered a lot also, but it's the same spiritual process, and that can practically stamp your mentality in a continent or in a country that you have to heal yourself, because you can see that like poverty massively is there, and you have to break that through spiritually so you could come out of it. You understand? And sometimes it adds to it the familiar curses also that is in your family. This is really important that people understand what I'm talking about, because it's not it's not because of your skin color, please. Okay, because in Hungary we have similar problems, okay, and they are curses, national spiritual burdens on the nations that has the same spiritual process that I discovered in Africa when I studied the politics, the culture, and everything what is going on in that continent. And you need to see that, and it's changed the mentality of the people, and because the mentality is stuck on a level, they're not capable to see something differently because of this national pressure, spiritual pressure. They are incapable to see a situation from a different angle that maybe other nations or other nationality people can see. Do you understand? And I'm talking about experience, because Hungarians has also these problems in many areas in their life, and I'm guarantee you every country has their problem but different areas. So please don't send me nasty messages, okay? I love you all, and I finish now. I love you all. Leave a comment if you can be respectful. Anyway, if it's not respectful, I noticed I can't even see it. I just see somebody left a message, but YouTube erased it. It's not me actually. YouTube does not left any nasty messages to come to me. So anyway, the truth is out there. After you choke on it, you hate me. That is your problem. That is because you are not ready for the truth. So please just keep my message. If you are ready for the message, and this message should go into your heart, into your soul, and start the healing process. So you could come out of poverty. So you could come out of these ties, these bondages. You know, they just like push you down so you can't get out of it. And you have to break through. Gosh, you African people are so fucking strong spiritually. You have such a strong will. You can push this through. You can have this breakthrough in your life. You can transmute this energy to be active and productive and bring lots of breakthrough in your life. Do you understand, guys out there, what I'm talking about? After you don't need to accept it. I'm just a little white bitch. But I still love you all, and I hope you won't hate me all. Anyway, take care, guys, and I hope this message is useful for somebody. Take care. Bye bye.